Something is hiding behind this coastline, something most of the world has never seen. And it exists because of one single day. The ground wouldn't even hold them. The sea gave them 4 hours a day. And beneath it all, men worked blind. They tested it 200 times. One flaw, and it was destroyed. 443 gates, waiting. The sea came for everything. The ground itself refused them. Still, they didn't stop. Every flaw destroyed. Let's begin. Let's find out why Japan actually built this wall and how they pulled it off. Japan built a wall so massive, most people on Earth have never even heard of it. This wall is now so high, you literally cannot see the ocean from your own home. "My husband ran toward the sea," one woman said. "I never saw him again." March 11th, 2011. In just 3 minutes, the ocean floor moved 50 meters. What came next was unstoppable. That single shift pushed a wall of black water toward the coast, next nearly 40 meters tall. Nothing in its path survived. In 1 hour, 90% of Japan's seawalls failed. Every meter of this wall was paid for in grief. One mayor's early warning saved 3,000 lives in a single village. This new wall was never designed to fully stop a wave that size. What you actually see above ground is only 14 meters. The rest is buried. Before a single stone was placed, engineers ran this design through simulations more than 200 times. More than 400 separate teams worked on this project, and there was zero room for error. The first job wasn't building, it was tearing down the old, failed walls.
Watch the bulldozer on the left. Okay, pull the netting tighter over here. Got it, hammer the stake in now.
25 meters below sea level, divers placed 5-ton boulders by hand in the same ocean that had just destroyed the coast.
Steel piles were driven 10 meters into the ocean floor because the backwash of a retreating wave is often more dangerous than the wave coming in. Thousands of concrete panels went up next, each one weighing 7 tons, many fitted with sensors so engineers could monitor the wall daily. If one panel cracked during casting, it could delay an entire week of work. At the top, engineers added a small outward curving lip, angled at just 10 degrees, designed to throw overtopping water back out to sea. Behind the wall, 32-ton interlocking concrete blocks called tetrapods were placed to absorb wave energy.
443 floodgates were also built in. If an earthquake hits, sensors trigger them to close automatically.
The whole process takes about 70 seconds. In 2020, a major earthquake struck Japan. Sensors triggered instantly. Every floodgate closed on its own. This time, the wall held. No cracks. No shifted blocks. Today, this wall isn't just a barrier anymore. It's become something no one expected. Stairways built into the wall double as emergency escape routes when disaster strikes.
But on ordinary days, people simply walk their dogs and go for their morning run.
A structure born from tragedy has quietly become part of everyday life. Every section of coastline sat on different ground, soft clay in some places, dense sand in others, solid rock elsewhere. In the softest ground, crews laid down steel plates just to keep their machines from sinking. Every layer of fill had to meet strict density standards, or inspectors would shut the entire site down. Even the concrete panels were tested by sound. A solid ring meant good concrete. A hollow one meant it had to be destroyed. Every curve of the coastline needed its own uniquely shaped panel, custom machined so no gap was ever left open. Moving 7-ton panels down narrow coastal roads meant a flagman stationed at every single junction. Offshore, a submerged breakwater was built to break the force of a wave 200 meters before it ever reached the coast. A 60,000-ton concrete box was towed out and carefully sunk 6-3 meters down to rebuild one famous breakwater, even stronger than before. In places with no beach at all, the wall was bolted directly into the cliffs themselves. Every March 11th, Japan runs a full drill, Lurkning. Every sensor, every gate, tested together, just in case. More than 400 contractors worked on this project at once, events, each one held to the exact same standard. An independent inspector had the power to fail any section and order it demolished, no matter how far along it was. Between the boulders and the fill material, a filter layer stopped fine soil from slowly washing away over time. "40 of these blocks were placed every single day, and the yard never stopped, day or night." Inside the wall, a core of compacted clay acted as an internal barrier, keeping water from seeping through. If water ever did top the wall, a drainage system behind it was built to guide the water safely away. Even after construction ended, engineers kept measuring the wall's height and settlement for years afterward.
Across 400 kilometers of coastline, the wall settled unevenly by less than 15 millimeters. An extraordinary result.
But the real test of everything they built was still to come. The ground moved, and this time, everything they built was about to be tested for real. Across the coastline, sensors triggered instantly. In Tau, no human needed to give the order. On the wall itself, the tremor was strong enough to feel through the concrete.
Below the surface, the tetrapods barely shifted, exactly as they were designed to. And
one by one, every floodgate sealed completely shut. Minutes later, the real wave arrived at Halifax and hit the wall exactly where engineers had modeled it would. Inside the control room, every light on the board turned from red to green. This time, the wall held. No cracks. No shifted blocks.
Reroute power to that section there. Cursory check confirms the adjustment.
We should monitor the heat signature closely. And slowly, life along the coastline began to return to normal. Fishermen went back to work. Shops reopened. The town kept moving forward. The wall that once stood as a warning had slowly become part of the background of daily life. The stairways built into it weren't just for emergencies. They were designed using real crowd movement science.
Today, people use those same stairs just to reach the top for an evening walk.
At the top, the view stretches for miles pace. Calm water where a wall of black water once stood. As night falls, the wall's sensors keep watching, quietly, the way they always do.
By morning, the coastline looks like nothing ever happened here at all.
Every morning now, people walk their dogs along the same path built to save their lives.
A helicopter now flies the full 400 kilometers of this wall regularly, checking every section from above.
From up here, you can finally see the whole thing. One continuous line protecting an entire coastline.
It's still, in some ways, a monument to everyone who was lost. But more than anything, it's proof of what people can build when they refuse to be caught off guard again. A structure born from tragedy has quietly become part of everyday life. 400 kilometers. Built by hand. Built to never be forgotten.